Today we saw the first federal charges stemming from a massive fraud investigation into Minnesota autism centers and a connection to Feeding Our Future. Fox 9's Corin Hoggard live for us at the federal courthouse in Minneapolis. So Corin, what can you tell us about this overlap between these two massive fraud cases?
Yeah, Amy, Asha Farhan Hassan is the 76th Feeding Our Future defendant, but she's the first Autism Center's investigation defendant. And if you listen to the interim U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson or even Hassan's attorney, she's probably not going to be the last. So the case against her basically says that she started smart therapy centers and registered them as an autism service provider, and she had a couple of secret partners there as well. And what they did was they went out and they grabbed families and got kids and signed them up and then made sure all of those kids got autism diagnoses. Then they could bill Medicaid for services, and they did just that. They billed the maximum amount for all of those services, but they really provided almost none. In fact, they were hiring unqualified, uneducated, untrained family members and friends to allegedly provide these services. Meanwhile, they're paying kickbacks to the parents of these kids. In fact, sometimes they had to compete with other supposed autism centers to keep these kids. So in all, they billed about $14 million for autism services. And while all that's going on, they started to join Feeding Our Future, and they billed for feeding children, as many as 1,200 kids allegedly being fed every single day of the week. That ended up being a total of almost $500,000 more billed to the government.
All right, so Corin, you talked with Hassan's attorney about this case today, right? So there's something about wire fraud in here. There's a charge. Am I reading this right, that they're planning to fight that?
No, not likely.
Okay.
Actually, Ryan Pasiga is her defense attorney, and he told me she's probably going to plead guilty in the next few weeks. He said she really kind of initially intended to do good here, but like a lot of other people who get involved in these programs, she got wrapped up, she saw loopholes, and she jumped through them. He called this basically a perfect storm, though. He said, you know, a lot of business owners are willing to take advantage, just general public, the community willing to take advantage, and a huge failure in government oversight.
I don't think that the people who are administering these government programs, whether it's the food program or the autism program or the housing stabilization program or whatever you're going to have next, are doing a good job of training people.
I should note that the government, the state of Minnesota, has changed the way that they fund these programs and investigate these programs, but that is a fairly recent development. And while that's happening, the feds now have a fraud total that's pushing $300 million. They say that's probably going to go up quite a bit because they're expecting a lot more defendants in this Autism Center's investigation, as well as one into the housing stabilization services.
Wow. All right. Corin, thank you so much.